China sanctions U.S. Representative Jim McGovern. China has imposed sanctions on U.S. Representative Jim McGovern, who sponsored a bill advocating a peaceful resolution of the China-Tibet dispute. Beijing claims that Tibet has been an inseparable part of China since ancient times, while supporters of the Tibetan government in exile and the Dalai Lama contend that the region has historically been independent. A report from the Chinese state media agency Xinhua mentioned that sanctions were slapped in response to McGovern's perceived efforts to undermine Chinese territorial sovereignty. These sanctions involve freezing the representative's assets in China, prohibiting any organizations or individuals in China from engaging with him and barring him and his family from entering Chinese territory. The Associated Press reported that there are no indications of McGovern having assets or engaging in business dealings in China. The Tibet-China Dispute Act, also known as the McGovern Act, was successfully passed through the House in mid-June. It also advocates for the resumption of dialogue between Chinese leadership and the Dalai Lama, which has not occurred since 2010. On July 12, U.S. President Joe Biden signed the bill into law. China is accused of widespread human rights violations in Tibet, which the congressman sought to address with this legislation. McGovern's office refused to respond to VOA's request for a comment. In a statement issued on June 12, following the passage of the bill in the House, McGovern stated, "China has systematically denied Tibetans the right to self-determination and continues to erase Tibetan religion, culture, and language deliberately." He said that the continued oppression of the Tibetan people represents a significant tragedy. The statement's signatories included Senator Todd Young, McGovern, House Foreign Affairs Committee Chairman Michael McCaul, and Senator Jeff Merkley. In response, Chinese state-sponsored media Xinhua expressed that the Tibet-China Dispute Act grossly interferes in China's internal affairs, violates international law, and distorts historical facts to suppress China and encourage Tibetan separatist movements. In 2023, China slapped sanctions on Representative McCaul and former lawmaker Mike Gallagher for supporting Taiwan.